Alright, so I did have plans to go live at right at the open, but I wanted to catch ICT's live stream. I do have a short open right now. I have a short open from this 15-second Sibi right here, and I also have another limit order at the first presented Fair Valley Gap inversion low right here. I'll get rid of that limit order if we take this low, but for now I'm going to keep it on there. I liked how it was overlapping these two quadrant levels, which is a daily wick and Monday opening range gap high. And just get situated here. So I actually did get stopped out first. This is my second try of the day. I tried a short right here from this 15-second Sibi. My stop was above this high. They brought it back up. They wanted to test this order block one more time. I liked this as an order block because one, we had swept the London high, and two, it was overlapping the midpoint of this previous new week opening gap. I did not see us needing to go take previous day high because we had swept London high. So if people are looking at this as relative equal highs right here at previous day high, I'm not seeing it that way because the damage was done above London high inside of a new week opening gap with a bunch of sell side targets below. So I have this one down here, I have this one right here, and best case scenario would be London and Asia relative equal lows. I only have one micro contract on right now across some accounts. I couldn't get multiple positions on, so we just took that. So I'm getting my sell limit off, and just I'm gonna have to roll with my one that I have on, and would like to at least try to get this. If we create a Sibi right here, this will be important because it's overlapping 930, which is the opening range gap high. Alright, so it's also macro time. This is what it looks like for me. That's where my entry was right here, so pretty much no drawdown. I might try my trail stop method at these lows just to try and catch a bigger move. Um, so I want to have that on my chart and this just so I know where the levels are. And best case scenario is right here. But what I'm going to do is once we take this, I'm going to aggressively trail my stop to right below that low, right down here. So I like how we're below new day opening gap right here now. I want to see us hold that. I, th I feel okay putting my stop right here, just because this fair value gap is overlapping the new week or the new day opening gap right here and 930 open. It's better if this is untouched. That would show extreme weakness. We're going up to that new day opening gap right now. I need to get my other chart on. Where is that? There it is. So I want to have that on my other screen. But yeah, once we take this level, if we do, I'm just going to jam my stop up right to that level just in hopes that we can try and catch this. And if we get real fast movement below here, down to here, I'll keep moving this lower and just rinse and repeat. But yeah, that was a 15-second entry with pretty much no drawdown. I wish I could have gotten it on stream, but I just wanted to watch the ICT live stream. But yeah, I don't. I want to see this be a breakaway gap. We can go up to this one right here, but I want to see this be a breakaway gap because it's above New Day opening gap. And if we have to come all the way back up here, it wouldn't show me that there's that much weakness anymore. We just took this low. We took this low, but I like these because they're relatively equal. All right, so we're in here. We're in this fair value gap now. I'd want to see this get used as a premium array to continue lower. Don't want to see this get hit. This is when I'm down on my sub 1 minute charts looking for us to kind of like have a 2022 model right here, whether it be on the 5 second or 15 second, but not entering off of it. I can. That's what I did on my original entry on the 15 second up here, but I'm just using it to manage my position. So I should label this breakaway. I like the reaction from this one right here. Get speed below this low and down to here. And I'm getting ready to trail my stop. I don't want to see it poke and then come back up. I'm watching this 5 second. Went right up there, touched it. I like that reaction. I like that 5 seconds because it's overlapping today's opening range gap, um, upper quadrant level. It's not noted on this chart. It's on my other chart, but I feel like viewers want to see the profit chart as opposed to my technical analysis chart. But that's the type of reaction I was looking for from there, and I just want to see continuation lower. It was also a 15 second SIBI. This is fine. I would have preferred we just kept going lower right there, but as long as we stay below New Day opening gap in that midpoint, then we should be okay. Oops. But it's important to note why I'm marking this 15 second SIBI out. It's because it's overlapping opening range quadrant levels, opening range gap quadrant levels. So I do want to see this one hold. Um, if it doesn't, then we could go up and take this high and explore more into the New Day opening gap right here. So yeah, we just took that. You have my YouTube window open. Got a lot of windows and I only got 2 monitors, so it's a little bit hectic. So this is your pre-market low, and I'm not looking for that sweep and reversal because of these sell side targets down here. If anything, we just made a triple bottom now because these relative equal lows, and then so what we could be doing is kind of trying to hurt breakout sellers right here first. So maybe we do go up and take this high, but again, I want to hold this new day opening gap right here. I don't want to see us close above this, and I want to see this be a breakaway gap. It should not get filled. But we might just kind of hang around here, and then I would want to see fast movement lower. So this is getting used as inversion. Like I said, if this doesn't hold, could go up and take this high. We just took that high. I want to see a reaction away from this now, and I'm looking at the midpoint of this new day opening gap. So this could be like your 2022 model right here on a lower time frame. I want to see this. Yep, I want to see that reaction there. That's good. Looking at this 5-second SIBI. That held. Good movement lower. Close below this. I want to see it used as reclaim SIBI. So go up, tap that, and then go lower here. Just like that. Let's get some movement below here, fast movement preferably. And then once we take this blue line, that's when I'm going to just jam my stop. Doesn't matter if it hits it, gets me out, because this is my first target anyway. Since I was only able to get positioned 1 micro, I wanted 2 micros. I had a limit, but price was just weak enough to not hit it. So I was only able to get position 1. I'll use this method of trailing my stop aggressively when I'm in this position and only have 1 micro, but I'm still bearish and have lower targets. If we take this, I just immediately jam it lower. But yeah, I want to see this continue as a reclaimed SIBI right here. So far it's doing that. Fast movement lower right there. Get ready with the stop. And a lot of times it just takes me out right away. Like it'll poke that and then come up immediately, but it really doesn't matter because whenever it does give me a fast movement lower. All right, so I got that right there. I'm going to trail this a little bit lower, and I'll do the same at this level here. So notice how we use that as a reclaimed SIBI like I was looking for. We got that 2022 model on the lower time frame up here. And I said this 5-second SIBI. So this is how you can use those sub 1 minute time frames. But yeah, might just come up and get me, which is fine.
Order filled.
All right, and I'm out there. So that was a nice trade. I can go over it again real quick just because I started the stream after I took the trade. Not on purpose, not like I was trying to hide anything, but if you weren't here, I was watching uh, ICT's live stream. So let me go over the trade here. Oops. All right, so the trade was when I was looking at my charts, I immediately noticed these relative equal lows right here, right? Relative equal lows, pre-market, we came up, left those, kind of chopped around right here. We had previous day high and London high right here. Those are relatively equal, so I would assume that a lot of people were trying to long up towards these relative equal highs and maybe even thinking that the morning session was going to be bullish because we have these relative equal highs right here. I did not see it that way. What I saw was this high does not need to be hit because we did the damage above London high inside of a new week opening gap. So they could leave these for potentially a later time or just not take them at all for a while if we're going to be bearish. We also had SMT with ES at previous day high right there. This is there's a lot on the chart right here, but we took previous day high on the S&P and we did not on NASDAQ. So that was enough for me to believe that we were not going to go up and take these relative equal highs right here. We had new week opening gap, damage was already done above London high, and there was SMT with previous day high. What did we have after that? Displacement away with a 15-minute fair value gap. If you go in on your 1-minute time frame right here, there's this little guy right here. This is an order block that's overlapping directly this old new week opening gap midpoint right here. So if you look on this left-hand chart, this dotted line right here, that's the midpoint of the new week opening gap. That order block is overlaying right on top of that. So I wanted to have that marked. What did we have today as far as a opening range gap? We had a premium gap. So what is our initial target for the first opening range, or for the first 30 minutes opening range, is we want to see a willingness to get to the midpoint of the opening range gap. Did we do that? Well, look right where our targets were. This is the midpoint. So if you take a look at the green dotted lines, there's a lot, I know, but my eyes are used to it. Yours might not be. This is your dashed line, that green one. It says current opening range gap right here. Prices, there we go. Current opening range gap. There's another quadrant level that's overlaying top of that. That's Tuesday's opening range gap. But there's two midpoints right there. Today's opening range gap and Tuesday's opening range gap. Two midpoints right there. So did we hit that midpoint of the opening range gap? Yes. What was it also aligned with? These relative equal lows on the 1-minute time frame. We had these ones and these ones, right? Notice how he didn't go and take London and Asia equal low. This is why you need to be not trying to hit home runs in these types of markets, because they're going to do this a lot. This was enough for me. These relative equal lows right here. They're leaving these for another point in time, right? Because now we have a triple bottom. But the trade was the initial Judas swing higher for the opening range gap, or for the opening range rather. We opened up, traded higher away from our sell side targets and our premium gap midpoint, while leaving all of these relative equal lows right here, right? We traded up into a 15-minute fair value gap. We traded up into this new week opening gap. We overshot this 15-minute fair value gap. That's what this is right here. But you can't be looking at it on the 1-minute time frame where it's like, oh, this is an inversion fair value gap. Look at it on the 15-minute time frame in the top right corner right here, right? It was all wick. And that's what you can expect with the opening range, is it's going to be very volatile, right? So this opening range Judas swing right here, this manipulation leg, it was just wick on the higher time frame. And how could you anticipate that? Well, it was just going up into these premium arrays right here, where it was this SIBI and this 1-minute order block. The bodies are respecting that. Look at how this candlestick right here touched the midpoint, or it just fell short, but we are just tapping up all around here. No bodies closed above midpoint right here. We're just holding that. And then this is your first presented fair value gap right here. So like, look at all these ideas coming into play right here, right? There's a lot of traders out there who are first presented fair value gap traders. They are silver bullet traders, whatever it is, right? We're combining a bunch of ideas right here. Go up, tap, market structure shift below here. And then my entry was right here. What fair value gaps am I entering on? I'm entering on the ones that are overlapping gradient levels, quadrant levels. What are these two right here? These are gradient levels. So this one at 2488.5, this 0.5, it's black, kind of teal looking. That is a daily wick right here. That's this level. On a 15-second chart, I'm entering off of that. Why? Because the context plays within this given market condition and profile right here. Okay. Um, what's this one right here? This gold one. The gold one is Monday's opening range gap. So if I go to real-time trading hours, or regular trading hours rather, and I go back, look at this gap right here. This is a large gap, right? And this is Monday's opening range gap. So you want to have those levels on your chart because we're trading inside of them right now. And it's where the fair value gaps will be made that are trustworthy. I try to get in on this one right here because it overlaps that, but it just wanted to come up one more time, tap the order block, and then I trusted this one right here. That's why risk management is important because although the ones that overlap these gradient levels are reliable, they're not going to work every time. Sometimes, or I should say, it has to be the right time for them to work, right? So we overlapped this one, we went up, redelivered into this order block, respected it, and then we got that delivery lower. And then I entered right around here. Pretty much no drawdown on the trade. Speed below here. And then targets got hit down here. So that was really the whole trade, right? Um, and I also liked this because I was anticipating that the first presented fair value gap was going to be treated as inversion already. So if this holds and we go lower, then this 1 minute candlestick right here is going to close below first presented fair value gap. And then that's where I had my limit set. I had another limit right here for a pyramid entry, but we never got it because we were just so weak. So that's pretty much it. Short stream today, but I think I covered everything I wanted to here, and you were able to see the live trade, which is cool how I managed it. Right now we're trading into this fair value gap, and you also got to see how I managed it, right? So I hope that was helpful on how I'm treating these lower sub 1 minute time frames. So you can see right here, this is first loss, then got in right here on this 15 second. And we traded lower. But notice how, if you want to go back and watch it, I called when if we inverse this, we were probably going to go up and take this high. Did we do that? Yes, we treated this 15 second as inversion. I was looking for it to be treated as a SIBI to go lower to our sell side up right here, but we did not. We traded above it, and then once we did that, I said, okay, we may go up and take this high right here into the new day opening gap because uh, breakout sellers were triggered taking this pre-market low right here. So they wanted to go and take buy stops right here for those who were trailing their stops too tightly and to manipulate breakout sellers whose stops were probably above here too into a new day opening gap into a 1 minute SIBI. And what did we get right here is a lower time frame 2022 model. Buy side swept, and then I called out this 5 second SIBI right here because it was overlapping the low of the new day opening gap. Hit that, traded below this. So once we traded below it, I said, okay, I want to see this act as a reclaimed SIBI now because it was overlapping gradient levels. Went up, tapped that, and then I said I wanted to see speed below here and down to our sell side targets. Did just that, and then trailed my stop. So um, since you weren't able to see the entry because I was watching ICT's live stream, what I was able to do for you, and I hope you found it valuable, was show you how I'm managing trades on the sub 1 minute time frame and how it provides some great pyramid opportunities and all of that. So hopefully you guys found this helpful, and I'm going to call it here. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk soon.